Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters, CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ and standing by for call.
K0RWB.
Well, way too fast for me. I had notebook count. Try that call again, please, sir.
Okay, K0RWB. This is Kilo Alpha 2, November Yankee Oscar. How copy?
Okay, fine business. Yeah, you kind of caught me off guard there. Apologize. I wasn't quite ready for that. Good afternoon to you, sir. Hey, thanks for coming back there to the CQ. The handle here is Randy, just outside of Kansas City, Missouri. Thought we'd play some radio this afternoon, and we're actually doing a live stream on YouTube as well, so you get a chance later to play back and hear your audio. Go ahead.
Okay there, Randy. Well, all right, thanks for that. Name here is Peter. I think I copied Kansas City, Missouri, not Kansas City, Kansas. All right. I'm in South New York in the city of New Rochelle. Over.
Yeah, I copy on New Rochelle, and yeah, we like to say we're on the right side here of Missouri, not Kansas. Most people have a hard time thinking, every time you say Kansas City, they think Kansas, but that's such a small side of the overall metro, but that's okay. Yeah, like I said, we're about 35 miles east of downtown. We're on the I-70 corridor out in the country, and we decided to play some radio this afternoon and to see if we can make some contacts, see what kind of shape the band's in. Over.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You're just about good solid 5-8 here into New Rochelle, New York. Yeah, I got the day off. Usually I'm working at this time. I do an evening shift in a hospital in New York City. So like yourself, I get to play a little radio. Well, basically during the morning. But not today, of course. I'm usually not on 20 meters at this time. Usually before 12, so I thought let's flip the banner and see what's cooking.
Yeah, fine business. Well, we think we had a little technical difficulty about 10 minutes ago. We had a couple of stations check in, and we thought we were live on the YouTube stream, and nobody could find us. I said, well, let's just take a standby, and contacts are still contacts. They're in the log, but we had to kind of retune and refile a few things, and though we were able to find it, and we came back out. The frequency was open, so we called back CQ. We were out here for a couple of hours yesterday. We hope to do that again today, see if we can make some contacts, meet some new people, make some stories and so forth there. So, but you got a good signal here coming into my station, and we did get the map pulled up on you, get a real good location there in New Rochelle. And nice to see that we're getting some contacts in the we call the upper New England area, in this New York, of course. But yeah, that sounds good. I didn't hear the working conditions, so you get a chance. I'd like to know that as well. KA2 November Yankee Oscar Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Back to you.
All right there, Randy. Well, the rig is a Yaesu ST991A that I've had for a little more than 3 years. I traded it in for an ST857D. Right now we're putting out 450W into a Diamond Vertical. That's using an Ameritron AL811 amp. That's the working conditions here, nothing too fancy. I dream of the day when I'll have the beam on the tower. Don't know when that'll happen. Can't happen at this QTH, though. Would kind of stick out like a sore thumb. I'd have to be somewhere like Kansas or Missouri, probably. But I'm still working, so maybe sometime in the future. So that's the working conditions here. So this YouTube thing now, is this something I could, for example, look up later on?
Yeah, you certainly can, Peter. Like I said, I'm streaming it live right now, so people can actually can go to the channel. All you need to do is go to YouTube, go to the search bar, and just type in my call, K0RWB. And you can either watch it live or come back and play it back later. and you get a chance to listen to our QSO, and you can be your own audio expert if you think you want to make some changes on the audio. It's kind of a neat deal. We've got, like I said, on the stream, I do have an audio scope that's on as we're speaking, and an audio spectrum to see if you're within 3 kcs or a little bit wide and so forth. But at least it gets somebody a chance to look at it. You can also look at signal strength in the Missouri and so forth. And I didn't start this. A good friend of mine, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform, Alex in Culver City, Florida, started this way back when, and I started checking with him a couple of weeks ago, and I saw the reception he got, and I said, hey, do you mind if I do the same thing? Maybe we'll do it different times and so forth. And he said no, and we did. You know, very seldom you'll make double contacts, but probably a lot of people yesterday I've never even talked with. We had just a great time. I said, look, I'm going to keep doing this until people don't want me to, and we'll be out here for a couple of hours and see how it goes there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, that's good to know that I could check it out a little later. Yeah, I would be interested in hearing how the audio is. I haven't got my PC on now, so I'll have to wait till a little later perhaps, or even tomorrow. Well, I was going to ask you, when did you start this? Sounds like something new and interesting. Well, you know, Randy, you'll probably get one person someday. They'll say, oh, you shouldn't do that. I don't want my PC or voice there on YouTube. I'm sure that's going to happen sooner or later.
Well, I guess it's always possible. You know, you hope not. We always keep this friendly and so forth. But no, you were saying something earlier about you know, wanting to beam and so forth and couldn't do it. Well, you'd be surprised. I run a hex beam, which is basically an upside down umbrella, and I even have one set up for portable operations. And I put it up on about a 15 or 20 foot push-up pole. In campgrounds. I've done it before in campgrounds, and you get a few weird looks. So what I do is take about 2 or 3 pairs of socks and throw them over the paracord and just tell them I'm doing my laundry, and they leave you alone there. Go ahead, Peter.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part of that. You boxed it to do what?
I said what I've done with my hex beam when I've been in campgrounds or what have you, I take a couple pairs of socks and throw them over top of the paracord that holds the spreaders up and just tell them I'm doing my laundry.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, the antenna does look like one of those things that holds clothes. That is true. Yeah, the upside down umbrella. Yeah, that does very similar to what you would hang the clothes on. Well, that's yeah. I thought about getting the hex beam, but it looks so kind of strange. I'm sure that would draw a lot of attention in this area. So, well, instead of putting up the diamond, I really should have done something else, but I'm kind of sorry I didn't. But yeah, this does pretty well. Anyhow, so let's see. Are you a football fan? Your Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know, I told some folks yesterday, it took 50 years for me to see the Chiefs again. I saw them when I was 10 years old in 1970 make the Super Bowl. And I said I would hope I could see them make the Super Bowl before I die, but I sure didn't expected them to do it 2 years in a row. So I would say we're on borrowed time. You know, that NFL window is pretty short for the lifespan of players and for the teams themselves. And you don't hear many people around this area that are taking things for granted. That they certainly appreciate what we have. And the organization's that way too. I mean, you know, we're a Midwest big city, so to speak, and you know, just a little bit different. A lot of loyal fans. I mean, these are our players, and the players understand that. So it's a great relationship. We're certainly excited for them. You know, we're glad that they have a chance to go back. And we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. You know, you just never know. On any given night, anything can happen there, Roger.
Well, that certainly is true. That certainly is, yes. I remember the Super Bowl you're talking about. They won in 1970, yeah, so we must be about the same age. Yeah, they won. They defeated the Minnesota Vikings, as I recall. Now, Randy, both teams, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Royals, both play in Kansas City, Missouri. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. They play at a place called the Truman Sports Complex. The baseball stadium and the football stadium are right next to each other. They share the same parking lot. parking lots, I should say. There's tons of them, and it's adjacent to Interstate 70, which is the main thoroughfare, east and west through Kansas City, Missouri to Kansas City, Kansas. It's a great way to get into the game and get out of the game. You don't have a lot of downtown traffic to deal with and so forth. It's really good setup logistically there, Roger.
It sounds like it. The teams play in Kansas City, Missouri. They hear Kansas and they automatically assume they're in the state of Kansas, but obviously they are not. Well, I've been a St. Louis Cardinal fan, baseball that is, for many, many years. I just, people say why. I just chose the team many years ago in the late 60s for no rhyme, no reason, and I was a fan ever since. I remember they met in the 1985 World Series, and they called that the I-70 World Series, and Kansas City won that. So, and in football, I'm an Eagle fan, and the former coach of the Eagles, of course, Andy Reid, now with Kansas City. Yeah, he was there in Philly for 14 years.
Hey, Roger, and don't forget Dick Vermeil. He was a good coach as well. I know he started there in Philly, and had some success, and then came to Kansas City. Had some success, maybe not as much as you would like, but he did his stint as well. But no, the Hunt organization, which is the owners of the Chiefs, they knew what they were looking for. So when Andy was available, the owner, Clark Hunt, was already in the air and went and picked him up at the airport. So we're certainly glad that we got Andy, and we're glad to see that he's starting to get some of the notoriety and accolades that was probably long overdue.
Yeah, certainly is. Yeah, certainly. He had a good run in Philly, but he just couldn't win a championship. So they decided, oh, it's time to part ways. Let's try somebody new. And then I think 2 years later they won the whole thing. And then last year they fell on their face and got rid of the coach. Let's see what happens next year. So are you retired, Randy, or what?
Yeah, we got paid to leave about 3 years ago, and you don't have to hit me over the head. So I'll do it. So September 17, I washed my hands of it and sat around for 10 days, bored to death, and I started a little business here on the property. We refurbish and restore four-wheelers and side-by-sides, so we sell fun for a living.
Okay, yeah, I took a little dip on that. I think I heard you say you wanted to go back to work and do something to keep busy. Well, I've heard that story many times from people who have retired, yeah. That's why I'm not looking forward to it myself. When I'm off for a few days, I don't know what to do with myself. So I'm going to hang in there as long as I can. Like I said, I do an evening shift, so I'm just taking it year by year. Over.
Yeah, that's the way I would do it, too. No doubt about it. It was a notification of eligibility on Monday and gone by Friday. Again, it didn't have to hit me over the head, so I certainly took advantage of it, haven't never looked back. But we are staying busy between this and the other business, so it works out great. And we're having a good time with it. Peter, I'd like to see who is out there so we can get some other contacts, but have enjoyed it. And the station, your setup is working okay. The band's not in great shape, but I've got no problem hearing you at all. The audio is nice and clear. So, like I said, you get a chance later on. It'll be set up as a video, and just go to YouTube, type in my call sign. You can always like and subscribe. We'd like to hear you out there anyway. If you got some comments, something I can improve upon or what have you, please leave some comments. We don't like to have the derogatory ones with the language, but you know what I mean. But it's been fun talking with you. We appreciate you coming back to the CQ. We do plan to make this kind of a regular thing. We're also going to be doing some live stream on remote locations, and we're going to have the people checking in guess where I am. That's coming down the road as well. So let me say 7-3 for now, and we'll catch you down the log for sure. But we do appreciate you coming in and checking in with us today. Kilo Alpha 2, November Yankee Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll let you finish it up.
Okay there, Randy. Well, thanks for the chat. Enjoyed it, and I certainly will check that out when I get a chance. That should be interesting. Yeah, and yeah, good you call CQ. It's good to hear that. Unlike 80 meters, which is yeah, kind of strange there. So it's good to hear people calling CQ. Sometimes I don't do it enough myself. I just put the call out. Again, I keep telling myself to make a tape recording of the CQ to save my voice a little bit. Anyhow, thanks, Randy. Thanks for the chat. You take care. K0RWB. This is KA2NYO. Best of 7-3.
You bet. Thanks again. This is K0RWB in Kansas City. Did want to do a shout out real quick to Kilo Fox 0 Delta Mike Uniform. David said he just got his license today, and he wants to get himself some equipment and get on the air, and I hope he has a chance to check in with us real soon. So, David, congratulations on getting your ticket, and you're going to really enjoy the hobby, no doubt about it. So anyway, this is K0RWB in Kansas City, QRZ.
November 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf.
KD. Nice signal. November 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf. Rich, how are you this afternoon? Terrific signal.
Oh, thanks, Randy. Yeah, I've been listening to you for a while here. I think I listened to you the other day, and I've also talked to Alex, W7 Hotel Uniform. And I just watch you on my cell phone. I'm in a hunting cabin, so I don't have internet up here. So we're working off the cell phone, but I watch you for it. That's pretty good. When I get back down to the house, I will check out your video. You're running about a 5.9 plus 10, and I'm located in Spencer, New York, just south of Ithaca. Go ahead.
Oh, fine business. Well, golly, that's great. No problem hearing you at all. Terrific signal. I mean, I pulled you right out of there. No problem at all. We appreciate you coming back to the call there. We had a little technical difficulties there around 2:30 or so, and we were making some contacts. Thought everybody was watching it on the stream, and it wasn't coming through. So we had to kind of take a standby and reorganize things. But no, that's great. Sounds really good. I'm not sure how you're getting over to me, but sitting in a hunting cabin, I guess, can't be all bad today, though, can it?
Well, it's starting to get a little colder here. I think it's going to drop down into almost to zero by the weekend or Saturday, I guess. Right now, I think we're about 25 degrees. I'm retired, 70 years old. I drive a school bus for fun. That's my retirement job. That's my entertainment. But we got done a little bit early today, and I thought I'd jump on the radio here. I'm heating things up, and I heard you had to go off the air there for a minute, so I grabbed a brew and waited for you to come back, and luckily, there you are. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was hoping that the frequency would still be available, but if not, I certainly understand, and it could find another spot. But yeah, for some reason, we thought we were streaming, and it wasn't coming on. And I even had another station to ask if he would check as well. So I'm not sure. I mean, this is day 3. Or no, I take it back. I did Saturday, didn't do Sunday, and then done a Monday and Tuesday, and this is Wednesday. So and we're going to keep coming back as long as people are having fun with it. And I'm having an absolute ball. You know, to me, the biggest thing was, hey, listen to yourself on the video, and you be your own judge how your audio is. That's one of the biggest things I get. Plus, I mean, we're on the air for a reason. We don't put them in our shacks to look at them. We want to use them, and I'm just hoping that somebody can get something out of it. And somebody asked me yesterday, what about the equipment and so forth. And of course, like so many distributors and retailers, there's just no equipment, and everybody is kind of frustrated. And I can certainly understand that. I was the same way. And we're very fortunate where I'm at here that we have an amateur radio store in the metro area, which is they're listed up on the top of the stream here, and they get nothing. I get nothing from it, but they're just terrific folks. And I told the guy, I said, I'd be happy to give you the number and even the website and look yourself. So maybe there's something that can be done, because you want to get on the air, and there's no equipment. That makes it kind of frustrating. So. But yeah, it sounds great, and yeah, I know about the cold. It jumped us here the last 2 days. Our weather reports probably aren't the best. We were doing real good there for a while, and I think it snuck up on us. So what we're getting, you're going to get as well, there, Roger.
Yeah, I hear you, Ray. N2FTG. Yeah, it's supposed to get colder by the weekend and then ease off. But it's winter. It's January and February, and that's what you have to expect, I guess. Having a ham radio store in town would not be good for me. I do bad enough just ordering things online. I have a new 2-meter 440 antenna sitting here in the shack that I got to get on the roof, but I think I'll wait for a less icy time to do it. But we'll get to it. Maybe.
November 2, Oscar Golf.
Well, I'm gonna.
Oscar Golf, stand by, please.
Listening for a while. I'm enjoying your YouTube channel, and like I say, when I get back down to the house, I'll throw it on the computer and check my signal out. This is an old FT 757 that I'm using. I got out of ham radio for a while, and probably 10 or 15 years, and I'm back on now. I put up a G5RV and hooked up the Yase to it, and I've been having fun. So that's where I am. Go ahead, N2 FTG.
Yeah, no problem. No, I think that's how most people are. And I mean, you'll see in the playback, but the meter is showing 5.9 plus. That's on the stream, so the signal you've got is terrific, very crisp and clear. I was kind of hesitant to see how 20 was going to be today. I don't know just yet how good the band is. We'll find out as time goes on. It was fairly decent yesterday, but not as good as the day before. So I don't know if that's a common problem or what, or if that's a trend that we're going to have to deal with. But I'm looking at propagation stream, and it'll be pulled up as well. And it doesn't look the greatest from the last couple of days, but we'll see where it goes from there. So, listen, I appreciate standing by on the stream and up there in the hunting shack. Hopefully, it won't get too cold. Put another log on the fire, so to speak. And we appreciate your interest in the channel. Hoping that you get something out of it. And I'm always available with the chats or what have you. Or again, if you see something you'd think would be better, we're always here to want to improve things because we want people to be able to check in and get something out of it and have QSOs as well. Let me save 7.3s for now. See if we can pick up a few other ones up there. Be careful. Keep your head down with this nonsense COVID stuff. We don't want to hear about anybody getting sick for sure. Enjoy the rest of your day and the week ahead. We'll catch you down the log for sure, and I'm going to turn this around. I'll let you finish it up, but we do appreciate you checking in with us today. November 2, Foxtrot Tango Golf, K0RWB.
K0RWB, Randy. Okay, very good. Yeah, the COVID I'm not worried about. I've had it. I'm halfway through my vaccinations, and I didn't have any bad symptoms or anything, so I made it through that. Enjoy your channel. I'll make sure I get on there and like it and give you all everything I can there. So you have a good evening, 73s, and I'll catch you again here. N2 FTG, we'll be clear. Go ahead.
You bet. Thanks again, 73s. We'll break with you. I did hear station Oscar Golf. Was there an Oscar Golf station again?
Possible New York, sounding back. Kilo Romeo.
The November station, you're squealing real bad. Check your connections or something. We're not able to make you out again.
Roger, I'm sorry. Is this better? Over?
No, you're still driving it pretty hard.
How's this any better?
It still sounds awful squealy. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it's driving. Something's driving or not grounded just right. It's driving really hard.
Well, it's probably SWR. It's been raining here. I did get some complaints earlier. Is it still not good? I guess. Over.
It's a little better. It's what do they call it? Legible. It's audible, but it's probably not where it should be. I don't know if you're able to check your SWRs. I certainly mean no disrespect for that, but I don't want you to mess up any equipment as well. But since we've got you here, let's get the call sign here real quick, please.
November 2, Oscar Golf. How's that?
I really didn't hear much of a change, Scott. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've gotten water in my stuff before, and I've had the same kind of issue. Yeah, from where you first came on, it's an improvement, but I don't know if it's the best.
November 2, Oscar Golf.
Yeah, it still sounds like you've got an amp turned up real loud. Yeah, that's getting better. Yeah, that's a little bit too low.
November 2, Oscar Golf.
Yeah, you could probably come up a touch more.
November 2, Oscar Golf.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds a lot better. Not sure what you did, but a vast improvement from the first go-round.
Well, I turned off processor and turned the mic gain down slightly. So if you can hear me okay, that's an improvement. So is that all right to talk to you a little bit?
Yeah, by all means, no problem. Again, I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't want anybody to blow up the equipment on my account either. A lot of times the issues are unseen or unheard unless someone makes a comment. But yeah, you had some major issue there in the beginning, but it's definitely gotten better now. But anyway, thanks for checking in with us here. Like I said, our name here is Randy. We're just east of downtown Kansas City on the Missouri side, and we are doing a live stream this afternoon. So you'll have a chance, Scott, to play it back, and you can hear yourself there. So at least it'll give you an opportunity to maybe try to make some changes as well. But what you've done there the last go-round probably was the best, Roger?
Roger. I want to ask you about your software, over.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it looks like you're running, are you running SDR Play and Log for Old Men?
I am using Log for Old Men, and the software is not SDR Play. It is, let me think, Win for ICOM Suite. It's a free download. You get a 30-day trial, and then these are little mixes that you can add into it.
Roger. Okay, well, we were trying to get SDR Play and Log for Old Men, or SDR Uno and Log for Old Men to run together, but somehow SDR Play is hogging up one of the COM ports. I was wondering if you had any issues with that or knew of what was going on, over.
Well, all I can tell you, when I use the rig control, as you see on the screen, it shows you the audio scope and so forth, it does take that port. So Log for Old Men is not tracking my frequency. So since I'm sitting here today, I typed it in and put in 4.243. So in my when I do keep the log, it's going to have that set. So it doesn't. I haven't figured out how to make them do both yet. So I've had to go into my rig and unlink one side to make it work, so you can see the live stream with the rig control, or you could not see the rig control, but you could see the Log for Old Men working. And I don't think that's as important as being able to see the rig control, Roger.
Roger. Okay. Well, it appears that the SDR has the ability to track the radio, so that's what we're trying to do, and it looks like you're still in that process as well. Is that correct, over?
Yeah, I think so. It hasn't really worked to my satisfaction per se, but that's okay, because again, if I'm just going to be doing some hunting, pouncing, and whatever else, and I'm not doing a stream, I'll change it over so it's going to track on Log for Old Men. But while I'm sitting here doing the stream, I'm not going anywhere frequency-wise, so I don't mind just having it typed in. I've got it saved, so it's going to sit there manually. So to me, it's not a big deal. So if there's a way to make it run both, maybe there is. I haven't found it yet, but I mean, I'm still reading the manual. I've only had the 7300 since Friday, so we're still trying to work with it. But so far, what I've gotten is a bit better than it was what I had on Saturday. So we're making improvements every day there, Scott. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Well, I'm not in the. I completely But I have a friend that's he listens to you. He's probably listening right now, and he's actually team viewed into my computer, and we're trying to work on it and get it to where the SDR software will track with the radio, and if we can get that to work, then it's something with the COM ports. The SDR is hogging up one of the COM ports that the radio needs, and I know it's supposed to work together because they've got it situated where they say you can track with the radio. So we're just toying with settings and trying to get it to work right over.
Yeah, fine business. And what's the rig that you're using with the software?
I have a Yaesu Fox Tango 991 Alpha at this point. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is a new ICOM 7300. We made the change because it was a little bit more flexible with logging software and rig control, and it seemed to be a little easier to set up for doing the live stream as well, so we went that direction. But I'm certainly not the end-all be-all, but if you find a way that it makes it work, go to my QRZ page, and my email's good in QRZ. Send me an email. I'd like to know as well, Roger. Yeah, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City on the Missouri side, right on Interstate 70. And I copy you're in the Greenville area. Is that a Roger?
That's my home QTH. I'm running portable out here on the coast of South Carolina right now. I'm just a little bit south of Charleston, South Carolina right now. Over. Yeah,
fine business. Yeah. No, that sounds good. Like I said, yeah, see, you're the perfect operator for the live stream. Like I said, you go ahead and do the playback, and you'll get to you'll get to hear what I'm hearing, and it's not like you're taking a microphone and holding it up to the speaker of the rig. This is actually all going through the computer, so if I sound like this, it's going to sound like this in the playback, so you'll get a really good sense of what your audio was doing. Like I said, it's worlds and worlds better than it was. I think there might be a few more adjustments you could probably make, but it was certainly audible. Doesn't sound like you were hurting anything at the point, but like I said, you did the playback and you decide and see what works for you, Roger.
Yeah, well, it seems like all the conditions change, and I don't know what it is. I'll sit here and
excuse me, but you're splattering all the way up to 4.7.
Really good right now, and then I flip over to somebody like you.
My audio scope shows me at 2900, sir. I can't help the conditions.
Well, you're interfering with a DX net on 47, and you're splattering all the way up there.
Now, if you'd asked me if I would QSY down a few KCs, I'd be happy to do so. But don't come on the frequency and tell me I'm splattering, because I'm looking at my audio scope.
18 hours, so I'm not...
So if you'd like for me to move, please ask me, and I'd be happy to do so.
My SWR right now is really good. I'm on a good antenna for what I'm doing, and I'm running, I'm punching nearly 70 watts right now, so maybe I was driving it a little too hard, but anyway, I keep playing with it. That's part of it, I'm be really interested to hear and go back and listen to your live feed, Randy. So, okay, November 2 Oscar Golf clearing with Kilo 0 Romeo Whiskey Bravo 73's Randy, and we'll check. How often do you do your live streams? Over.
We're trying to do them daily, starting about 2:30 Central Time.
Okay, great. That's 3:30 here on the East Coast, and that sounds great. I come through that area, once or twice a year on Highway 70. I'm originally from St. Louis, and got a place out in Colorado, so we cruise 70 through there all the time. Over.
Yeah, no problem, Scott. Appreciate it. We got a station that came in that a few KCs up says we're interfering with a little bit on a DXnet, so we're going to try to QSY down to one KC. Hopefully it'll help them out a little bit. So, Scott, I'll say 7.3s, and like I said, take a look at the live stream, and if you feel like it and it works for you, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe button and what have you. That'd be great. So I'll say 7.3s. November 2, Oscar Golf K0RWB. We're going to QSY to 14242.
Victor Echo 3, Bravo, Delta Echo.
The Victor Echo 3 station again?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Victor Echo 3, Bravo, Delta Echo. I heard the both stations, and you guys sound amazing all the way here in Toronto, Canada. I'm using the same like 7300, and I was wondering, I play a little bit with my settings for the microphone, and how do I sound, please?
Oh, I think it sounds terrific. It kind of caught me off guard. Apparently you heard me the last end do the QSY, so I hope it wasn't your channel or your frequency. I apologize. I think it sounds terrific. I mistyped there. Give me the call. I got the Victor Echo 3. What was the last part again?
Roger. It was not me, actually. It was somebody very rude, but I don't usually like to cut a conversation. Your radio, the way it looks on my scope, it's working amazing. The sound is like a broadcast radio station. The call sign is Victor Echo 3, Bravo, Delta Echo. The name is Gabriel Basti.
Yeah, I got it now, Gabriel. Apologize for that. No, this is the 7300 as well, and yeah, yours sounds terrific. I mean, really does. And the band is really quiet when you transmit. So I think you got a winner, and I hope I did too, Roger.
Roger. I really appreciate because really we like to help each other, get the best sounds. I'm using Heil Pro 781G Wolf Death mic, so also a little bit a challenge to somebody post actually a YouTube video how to get the best audio from the 7300. I did it, and I'm very happy that sounds good. Back to you.
Yeah, Gabriel, I think I've changed this probably 3 or 4 times now, only because, unless somebody knows you and knows how you sound and then hears you on the radio, you don't really know. But I have a very low voice anyhow, and I don't want to make it worse. So we're not running a whole lot of bass out of it. We've only run in +4 on the audio or on the treble, and we do have it wide, of course. And we're only running about 3 on the compression, and I think about 10% on the mic gain. The biggest thing for me was to stand away from the mic. When on my Yaesu radio I was eating the microphone, and this is a little bit different, but I think so far so good. I watched the ALC, it's not pumping, but whatever you've done with yours and your settings, I wouldn't change a thing. It's probably the nicest sounding radio I've heard so far today. Go ahead. Yeah, no problem, Gabriel. It is bouncing around a little bit. The call is K0RWB Radio Whiskey Bravo. Were you able to copy that? The call is K0RWB Radio Whiskey Bravo. Roger? Okay, Gabriel, thanks for checking in with us, and congrats on the audio. It's working real well for you. If you get a chance, come back and visit us again. Hopefully we'll have a little better conditions. 7-3s, enjoy the rest of your day. K0RWB Radio Whiskey Bravo, KRZ.
Alpha 2, Papa Radio. Victor, Buffalo, New York.
Alpha 2, Papa Radio, It sounds like Carlos. I was getting ready to call you a while ago, but you beat me to it. How you doing there, partner?
How you doing, Randy? Sounds good. From Hexbean to Hexbean. And I see that my friend Alex was on the chat too. Whiskey 7 Uniform Hotel. You got your signal is 5.9 plus 10 dBs in Buffalo, New York. Over.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that, and yeah, thanks for hanging out there with us. Yeah, see, Alex is better at this. He's a better multitasker. I have a hard time talking on the air and trying to type on the chat at the same time, but see, he's really good at that. I'm not. Yeah, I tell you, hex to hex, Carlos, is always a great signal. And what I've got on the scope there was about 15 to 20 over on yours, so you're doing quite well. And I'm not sure. I thought maybe you were trying to get in yesterday and weren't able to, but so, you know, if you were, sorry about that. There were so many out there, but I really felt bad I couldn't get at everybody. But it sounds really good today, and I hope you guys are recovering from the weekend's football game.
Oh man, don't remind me. Don't remind me. But maybe next year will be better. Remember, this is mostly a new team, most of it. So there were some scrapes and tumbles, but next year they'll be better prepared. All right, I know we got a lot of people out there who want to talk to you. You can check out my QRZ page and see my station, and my antenna is not that high, it's only 35 feet. And I'm running a kilowatt. So I would say 73, Randy. I'm going to go see if I can hunt down Alex and see if I can say hi to him. K0RWB, Romeo Whiskey Bravo, from Alpha 2, Papa Romeo in Buffalo, New York. Over.
Okay, Alex, hey, don't run off yet there. I've got the page pulled up. Yeah, that's pretty sharp, man. Congratulations. It's either I think that's what, a 5,000 Yaesu? And I scroll down and I go, oh, you've got my amp in your shack. Terrific amplifier. And thank you for your service. Appreciate that. We did our time as well. Didn't we all do our time whenever we signed that line? I think we all did our time, Carlos, but thank you for that. Yeah, what a great setup on your page there, so people get a chance to see this as well. Yeah, you did a nice job. You didn't do this in 5 minutes, that's for sure. I love that external monitor with your, wow, you've got a great setup. Hey, congratulations. You must have found somebody who'll pay you to be on the air to buy all that equipment, Roger.
Oh, I've been buying the equipment over time. It took me about 6 months, about a year to be where I am now. A lot of money, but I'm here on the radio. I'm disabled, so this keeps my Randy, there's another Buffalo station out here. He tried to call you a couple of times. I think he's running 100 watts. So I will turn it over to you, 73s, and hey, keep up the good work. It sounded great, Randy. With K0RWB, Romeo Whiskey Bravo from Alpha 2 Pacific Radio.
Okay, Carlos. Sounds good as well, man. Congratulations, and congrats on your shack, man. Terrific stuff. And yeah, you get a chance to get in Alex, tell him I say hi. I'll try to get around there at some point. But again, he's a better multitasker. Thanks for giving me a little heads up here on the live chat, so I knew you were out there. That helps a little bit as well. So I'm glad we got a chance to work today, and maybe we'll work again. We're going to continue to try to do this as long as people are having fun with it, like I am. So 7-3s, Carlos, and don't worry, next year is next year. We'll see what happens with the Bills. Alpha 2 Pacific Radio. Love that one. Kilowatt 0, red, white, and blue, raining Kansas City. We'll be clear on yours. 7-3s.
73, Randy. Red, white, and blue. Okay. Very patriotic. Let me see if I can chase down Alex, and I will throw him your best wishes. And stay safe, stay away from the COVID. K0RWB, Romeo Whiskey Bravo from Alpha 2, Pacific Radio, clear.
Roger, roger. K0RWB, QRZ.
Whiskey Alpha 2, Juliet India Delta.
Whiskey Alpha 2?
Yeah, okay, Randy. We talked yesterday. I checked into those beams, and I'm going to order one.
WB2, they use phonetic, so he can understand you, Buffalo.
The Whiskey Alpha 2 station. Give me the rest of your call, please.
Venezuela, okay, WB2, Juliet India Delta, WA2JID.
Okay, Whiskey Alpha 2, Juliet India Delta. Is that a roger?
Roger, roger. Yeah, we talked yesterday afternoon.
Is Whiskey Bravo 2, Randy?
Yeah, Carlos, have him stand by for a second. I'll get right back to him, okay? Yeah, sorry, Bernie. Yeah, not that Bernie, the other Bernie. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah. So you did check into it? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to order one. Of course, I can't get it up here. It's pretty cold here right now. Actually, I got the wood fire going. I thought you cleared out there with Carlos. But go ahead and finish your QSO and then come on back to me.
No, it's not a problem. We cleared, and he said that he might have another Buffalo station coming through, and I told him we'd try to get to him. But when I clear, I try to grab calls when I can. Like I said yesterday, Bernie. Yeah, I'm really rusty. I'm trying to get used to this again. So I'm trying to get everybody the best I can, and so on and so forth. Did you get a chance to see the stream today, or are you just going to check it out later?
Oh yeah, I checked it out briefly. I don't have it up right now.
Okay, fine business. Well, we did add a couple things to the page, and we're just going to get some feedback to see if people like that layout a little better. Because it's really not for me, it's for you guys. But yeah, I'm glad you checked that out. Believe it or not, I was in really a hurry to get mine put together, and I was really excited to try to use it. I had it on a 4-foot post in the center of my patio table where you usually put your umbrella, and that's how I put it together. And I had a radio out there and a battery, and I hooked the coax up to it real quick, and I made a couple of CQs, and my first contact was a UK, and that was 4 foot off the ground. So don't think it's really that bad there. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's somebody else in there.
Well, I think there's somebody up. I got somebody came in a while ago, said I was bleeding all over 247 on a DX net, and I'm on 243, so I moved down here. I'm not sure where anybody's at.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's somebody down. I can see somebody on my pan adapter is about 2 down. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. But anyway, yeah, I'm really impressed with that. And for $600 delivered, I'm going to order one. I haven't done it yet, but I think I will. I got a $600 check here, and I need to spend it. And I bought a. I like to help the people that are making a living here in the United States. And this microphone here I bought 2 weeks ago. It's a PR40. And what I really wanted to ask you, Randy, was you're running a 7300. I also have a 7300, and that's in my other station. This is a station I have I just set up in my bedroom, and it's a flex radio into a KPA 500, and I just got this mic set up on here. But anyway, this is kind of my winter station. My other station, I do have a 7300, and that's into a AL82 Meritron amplifier, and I can run a lot more power there. But anyway, I just wondered what you're running for a microphone. All I'm using is that hand mic, which works very, very well. But I wondered what you're using for a mic there. It sounds really, really good. Back to you, Randy.
Yeah, no problem, Bernie. When I was there Friday, that was something I was going to have to look at because the Yaesu equipment and the microphone with the plug and cable was not going to work, of course. And I looked at that Goldline Heil mic that they had at the shop, And it just so happened about 10 minutes before I came in, a young man brought his father's silent key equipment in, an old Yaesu and a couple of 2 meters and stuff, and it had a boom mic and a boom, and it was a Heil. It's an HM12, Hotel Mic 12 microphone. And so when I decided to go with this purchase on the radio, I said, well, what do you want for the microphone by itself? I don't need the boom or the other stuff. So anyway, he made me a nice deal on it. It already had the cable, of course, and that's what we're using. And I think really the adjustment's going to be the compression and mic gain is where I've been kind of playing around with it. I haven't done much on the bass or the treble. I've kind of left those alone. But I've been really satisfied with it so far. Because yesterday, after we finished, I went back and watched the majority of the video as well because I wanted to see how well it sounded, and I didn't have any complaints. But I appreciate what you're saying. But what you're on right now, even on the hand mic, is sounding great, Bernie. So I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not running the 7300 today. I'm on my Flex radio, and I'm running the PR40, which is... the big brother to what you have. Well, I've got an HM5 also, and I ran that on my other Flex, but I thought maybe I would run that. See, that's a dynamic mic, I think, too. And the 7300 set up for condenser mic. I know people are putting the cheap condenser mics on there with a boom, but I don't know. I just as soon use that other mic, the HM5, which is a good mic. There's no question about it. It's discontinued. It's got an HD5 element in it. It isn't wide range as much as this thing is, but it's a pretty nice mic, and I thought I'd use that. But I just wondered, so you're running an HM12, I think you said. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's an HM12. My apologies. I meant to say your PR40. I remember you told me that in the beginning, and I knew you were on the Flex. But yeah, I got them mixed up. But yeah, it's called an HM12. And because that's what he told me, and I looked it up when I got home later on. And that's what they're showing for the microphone.
So you didn't make any adjustments from the condenser mic that you had on there?
No, I didn't. I mean, when I got this home, the first thing I did was hook up this microphone. The stock handheld mic still in the box, didn't touch it. And the other was an Audio Technica ATR 1300, and that mic would probably work on this, but for what it would cost to change the cable out and stuff, I was able to get this microphone and the cable for a lot less. So I just went with it, and so far it's working.
No, it's working great, Randy. Okay, I won't hold you up. I just wanted to ask you what you were running on your 7300 and check back in with you. I'll try and are you in here every afternoon?
Well, right now that's what we're looking at. We're going to try to do this as long as everybody's enjoying it and having fun with it, which I am. We're going to try to do this about 2:30 Central every day. I'm not too sure yet about the weekends, but during the week we're going to try to do this. What we're missing, Bernie, is that we're not getting any, I'm not getting any West Coast, and maybe that's just the time frame, but there's operators everywhere. I really enjoy talking to stations on the East Coast. Everybody's got great equipment. They got good signals and wonderful audio, and I'm really having fun with it. But I don't know, maybe and the West Coast for me doesn't show up really till about 4 or 4:30 Central Time, and I may look at that as well. But right now the plan would be to try to be here about 2:30. Again, as I was telling the people yesterday, and maybe I told you as well. If you do the subscribe and hit that little bell, that notification bell, then it would pop up and you know when we go live. We had a snafu this afternoon. We thought we were live for about 20 minutes and we weren't. So I got to figure out what that little bug is. But that's what we're trying to do. Bernie, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's what I think is happening. You're a little early for the West Coast. Now it's 4:30 here. And people are coming home from work, and late in the afternoon, they've done what they had to do during the day. I'm retired, so I don't have to worry about it. But 4:30 in the afternoon you're probably catching a lot of people that just getting on the radio, and you're probably about a couple hours early for the West Coast. So I don't know. You may get some activity out there in the West Coast a little bit later on. All right, I'll say 7-3. I just started a fire in my wood stove. It's pretty nasty here today. we got snow on the ground. It snowed yesterday, and it's pretty cold. I just started a fire in the wood stove. I got to go check it. And I'll come back. I'll be listening here. I'm working on the computer here, too. So, okay, I'll say 7-3, and I'll listen for your WA2JID. 7-3, Randy.
Yeah, Bernie, thanks again, and enjoyed talking with you again today. Appreciate you coming back. And, yeah, get that fire going. What do they say? Put a log on the fire? No doubt. 7-3s, man. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll say 7-3s. I do want to check real quick. Carlos says there's another station in Buffalo. If that other Buffalo station is still out there, come back with your call sign. We'll try one more time. Carlos had a friend there in Buffalo, New York. If that other Buffalo station is there, come back with your call. Well, nothing heard from New York, so QRZ, K0RWB.
Nancy Radio 1 Delta.
KD2 CI.
I got that one, November Radio 1 Delta. Nice signal. Thanks for coming back there to the call. The handle is Randy. We're just east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. How are you this afternoon?
Turn the amplifier off. This way you can hear me. Otherwise, I fly over your head. Aye, aye. Kent, Kilo Echo, Nancy Tango. Location is Connecticut. Little hamlet called Rocky Hill, about 10 miles south of the capital dot of Hartford. And you signal 5-9 plus about 6 line plus 5 occasionally. And I switched over to the vertical. I think that's a better bounce for your location. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Kent. Yeah, we got you that time. Yeah, there's a little noise here, a little bit above me yet. We slid down a little bit because apparently we were bleeding over up on 247. That's what they claim, but anyway, that's okay. I don't own any of these frequencies. I have no problems moving. I still hear a little bit of noise on the bend. We're able to copy you, and I did copy that you went over to the vertical there, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Let me switch over to the loop. Maybe you can hear me a little better. Stand by. All right, this is a 40-meter loop at about 35 feet. Should be a little bit better. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. As long as the noise above us isn't doing anything, it sounds okay. Well, you know, that's the thing I liked that I wanted to do about this page was people wanted to check in and say hi. They wanted to work on audio reports. They wanted to rag you. They wanted to talk about today's events or whatever the case may be. That's kind of what I wanted this to be, is what people wanted to talk about or what they wanted to do, and see if we can all have fun with it at the same time there. Kent, go ahead.
Very good. Yeah, I just picked up FTDX 101D about a month ago, so we've kind of isolated the audio, running a 10-sec 707 microphone to the 101D. Have a choice on a Huxley vertical and 40-meter full-weight loop that remote two-line right around the set. But I won't hold up the crew. Thanks for giving me a call back. Have fun on the band, and I'm watching you on video, so don't make too many funny faces. 73 is Randy. Have fun. K0RWB from Never Refuse One Donut.
Yeah, thank you, Ken, and thanks for watching the stream there. I'm hoping that I think it's a little better than yesterday, and that was better than the day before, and that was definitely better than Saturday. So it's still a work in progress. But hey, congrats on that 101D. What a terrific rig. If I probably hadn't done the amplifier in December, that's probably what I would have done. But it was an opportunity that I didn't want to pass up. So we decided to go that route, and then, like I said, Friday we ended up with that new IC 7300s on radio. It just recently came out. Hi. But thanks for hanging in there, and thanks for watching the channel. And if you see something that you think that I can improve on or something, just leave me a comment there. We'd love to do it, or do on the live chat as well. And again, you can do the playback, as you know, and listen to our QSO and see how your audio is. Well, 7-3s, Kent. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and have a great week ahead, and hope to work again real soon. November Radio 1 Delta, Donuts, K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear, my friend. 7-3s.
73.
K0RWB, QRZ. I got a Whiskey Something Hotel there at the end. Try it again, please.
Whiskey Romeo 4 Hotel. The name here is Bob Baker, Oscar Baker, located in Hampton, Virginia. QSL.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, I got you that time. Sorry about that. Let me turn the antenna down your way a little bit. It might help us both. We got somebody a little bit above us that's kind of coming over, but happens. Yeah, fine business on Hampton Roads. Lived there a little bit myself when I was stationed out at Langley there, Roger.
Roger. Okay, Randy, I got your filers on here. Just trying to get all this stuff up together. Got a Flex 6400, and it's relatively new for me, and loving it, but there's a lot of stuff that I got to learn to interface all these software packages. I'm sort of from the old school, a bunch of knobs. Have a Yaesu 5000 MP here sitting on the desk, so I'm with a 7300. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun, and trying to get my antennas and stuff right. I'm only using an
Hey, Roger. Well, it doesn't sound like you're hurting too much for radios. It doesn't sound bad. It's a little muffled. Like you don't have enough highs in it for my receive, but I'm certainly not the expert. Bob, of course, like I said, we're doing a live stream on YouTube, so you can always go back and listen to our QSO, and you can get an idea of what you're sounding like yourself, and then maybe you can make some adjustments if that's what you so choose. If you do that, you can just go to YouTube and go in the search box and just type in my call sign, K0RWB, and then you can do the playback here, and you can listen to yourself, and that would certainly give you some ideas there, Roger.
Okay, I thank you very much for that. Yeah, I have an issue with the hand mic, I think, is the connection here. I've gone through a local with me, and he said I sounded like myself, so I don't know what the setups are right now. So anyway, thank you very much, and enjoy what you say, and you know what you're doing. It's good to be able to hear yourself via other people, too. This is Whiskey Romeo 4 Hotel. Bye for your following.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for stopping by here and checking in with me this afternoon. We do appreciate it. It's a first contact. Boy, I can't remember the last time I've talked to somebody in Hampton Roads. I've heard people say Hampton, but whenever I say Hampton Roads, they never know what I'm talking about. But got married over at Newport News and then lived out there at Hampton Roads for, like I said, about 2.5, 3 years. And, gosh, loved the area. And also loved, believe it or not, going to Buckrow Beach. People don't even know, a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, but I always enjoyed Buckrow Beach back in the day when they used to have the little carnival and stuff there, because I'm sure it's probably gone now, but we did enjoy it back then. Thank you, Bob, for checking in. And like I said, you want to hear the playback on the audio, just go back to YouTube and put in my call, and you'll have a chance to look at it. But we try to be out here every day around the same time, so you're welcome back anytime. We'd love to talk with you as well. I'll say 7-3. So Whiskey Radio 4 Hotel, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. We'll be clear, 7-3.
7-3.
Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ, any stations anywhere?
Alpha Hotel 2, Alpha Victor.
Echo 3, Delta Hotel.
Alpha Hotel, Alpha Victor. Boy, say that 3 times fast. Wow, terrific. Well, good afternoon. The handle here is Randy, just outside of Kansas City. We're out here playing radio this afternoon. How are you, sir?
Okay, Randy, very good. Name here is Roger, just like Roger, and the call is Alpha Hotel 2, Alpha Victor. Yeah, doing pretty good. Location, Sebring, Florida. Sebring's right about in the middle of the Florida Peninsula, over.
Oh, fine business. So you're cheating, because the map showed me up in Michigan there, so I started moving my my beam that direction. So you must be down where it's nice and warm today.
Yeah, at my age, why that snow shovel don't fit my hand very well anymore, over.
Yeah, I know. I've got calluses on mine. We haven't gotten hit like some have around the area. We got enough to know we got snow on the ground. And if it gets real bad, I'll just put another log on the fire. I won't go anywhere. I won't worry about it. But been there, done that. Congrats. Give me the QTH again in Florida.
We're located in Sebring, a little town of Sebring, over.
Yeah, fine business. Yeah, you definitely came up that time. Well, thanks for stopping by here, checking in with us. we're just kind of playing around radio and having some fun at the same time. We're kind of making this thing set up for people to check in and talk about their audio or the events of the day or rag chew or what have you, and trying to get to as many stations as we can. And like I said, we're doing this on the YouTube live stream, and it also gives people a chance to play it back later, and they get a chance to hear the QSO between me and that person or yourself. And then you get a chance to see what you sound like, and if any adjustments you want to make, you can do so. It's worked real well in my circumstance. I hope it works well for everybody else here. Go ahead.
Okay, Randy. I'm just running barefoot at the present time, but you're a plus 10, 5'9", plus 10 here in Sebring. I just put up another mast. I'm running a ZS6 BKW antenna, which is basically it's a modified version of the K0RWB. Over.
Yeah, fine business. Well, it's working. Meter's showing you 5'9" and 5'9 plus. So it's working well for you, and your audio is nice and clear. You should be able to talk about anywhere you want it today. Roger?
Okay, Randy. All right. Hey, we'll let you go. There's probably others out there, greener pastures, as they say. But, hey, we'll let you go. All the best out there in Kansas City. And how about them Chiefs, over?
Yeah, how about those Chiefs? Boy, I tell you, if we ain't giddy around here, you don't know what. It's one thing to make it back to the Super Bowl after 50 years, but to do it 2 years in a row, I mean, the fan base and the folks around the metro are just, everybody's pinching themselves. But we know what we've got while we have it, that's for sure. We're not taking anything for granted. We're glad to see the boys have done what they've done, and we'll see where it goes in 2 weeks. I expect it to be a good game, and whatever the outcome is, that's fine, because I know both teams will give it their all, and we'll see where the chips fall there. Roger?
Yeah, you got that right. I was going to say, being from Florida, I have to root against the Chiefs, over.
Yeah, I can understand that. I root for Tampa Bay. I don't root for the quarterback. He's had his time, and he has enough. It's time for someone else. I understand why he's there. We go down to Tampa about every other year to the big RV show, and we have a place that we stay over in Clearwater, or sometimes we'll go down to St. Pete, and we love to run over at Fort DeSoto, and we've gone by the stadium many times and kind of walked around. So we know the area and love it quite a bit. And maybe one day we'll make it a little bit longer stays, but for right now, we're stuck here in Missouri, and we'll deal with the snow and cold. But it's one day closer to springtime, Roger. Roger?
You got that right. One more day, you'll never have to shovel again. Hi. Hey, Randy. Okay, this time we'll let you go. 73 is all the best. Nice QSO. Enjoyed it. K0. Whoa, I got something all messed up here. K0RWB AH2AV.
Yeah, no problem, Roger. Thanks again for checking in. 7-3s. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Clear and KRZ.
Victor Echo 2 Zulu Charlie.
X-ray.
The Zulu Charlie station again, please.
Yeah, it's Victor Echo 2 Zulu Charlie. Name is Dan Delta Alpha November, and very good evening, good afternoon, Randy. Name is Dan Delta Alpha November.
Hey, Roger. Well, thank you, Dan. Let me move the beam around here if my arm is long enough. I was pointed down in Florida. We'll see where you're at there as well. The map shows me Bainville. Is that a Roger? Bainville?
It's a Blainville.
Okay, fine business. Well, thank you for stopping by here with us. And we're just playing radio this afternoon and working on our live stream. We're trying to make as many contacts as we can. Talk about radios, talk about anything, talk about current events, football, whatever it is, and have fun at the same time there. Nice signal and good audio as well there, Roger.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. Same here. You have a very nice audio, good signal. I'm watching you on the live stream. I heard the call before. I opened the YouTube and I'm looking at you. I'm running here a Flex 6400 and a little amplifier, ALF 600, running 600 watts. And the antenna is a 3-element Yagi. And it's pointing approximately in your direction, Randy. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger. Well, I've got your page pulled up, which you'll probably see here in a second. And must have something with my computer. It's not loading. It looks like you have a 7300 as well there. What I'm interested in is it looks like an FL 7000 Yaesu amplifier.
No, it's Alpha Lima Sierra 600. It's a Meriton amplifier, and the 7300 wasn't mine. I had a FT2. I'm seeing the pictures. Nice. I had a FT2000 before, and I sold him. And in the meantime, I was waiting for Flex. Somebody lent me the 7300. Nice rig. I was very happy with it, but I wouldn't change for my Flex. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard some great things about the Flex. Well, if you're seeing it now, I see it looks like a big Yaesu on the top shelf, and over on the far right there, I thought that was a maybe it's a tuner, but it looked like an old Yaesu amplifier. But I've got the same control box there, but I guess I was wrong about the unit on the end there. I thought that was an amplifier.
No, that was a tuner. And I didn't use him as a tuner. I used him for antenna switching. I have a antenna switch up on the tower, and I was using that for automatic antenna switching. So I didn't need to do anything. I just when I changed the band and the rig, antenna follow me, the switch follow me. That's why I was using. But now I made my own. I don't have that anymore. I sold that. I bought that very inexpensive, the tuner, and that's my Flex. So that's what I have, and works. Everything seems to be good. That was in Europe, not last year before. But
yeah, fine business. Well, you've got a great signal into Kansas City today. You're pushing 20 over, so it's definitely working. You've got some great pictures on the page there. Like I said, I don't know why a couple of them didn't load up. It's probably something with my computer, but yeah, the Flex. I've heard some really good things about the Flex, and once people get them set up and dialed in, they're just as good as anything else. Well, I think they're all good. Dan, but if you think about it, I think everybody makes a good one. They wouldn't make them no more because people wouldn't buy them. I think they all do different things that maybe other ones don't do, and I think that might be the appeal. But gosh, yeah, it's a real nice, clear audio, and you've got a wonderful signal there. And I appreciate you watching the live stream at the same time. And it's kind of neat that you get to see what your page looks like there on the air there, Roger.
There's a little delay on it. Anyway, what are you running, Randy? You have a nice signal, nice audio. What is yours? What you like?
Roger, Dan, I just picked this new one up on last Friday. It's an IC 7300. I traded in an older Yaesu FT950 for this rig. We're running a hex beam, which should be about 17 meters from the base plate to the ground, pointed your direction, of course. We're running an ACOM amplifier, ACOM 1000, which is around 900 watts on peaks. There is a little bit of compression, a little bit of mic gain. The microphone's a Heil Hotel Mic 12, an HM12 microphone. Nothing special, but it works for me. Roger.
Fantastic. Let me play you back how you sound at my place.
Compression, a little bit of mic gain. The microphone's a Heil Hotel Mic 12, an HM12 microphone. Nothing special, but it works for me. Roger.
Oh, that's awful. I don't think I'd listen to me anymore.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you heard your audio up here, how you sound in Blainville, Quebec. I'm about 20 miles north of the city of Montreal. Go ahead.
Yeah, boy, the way I sound, I don't know how anybody could listen to me, Dan. Boy, I think I'd turn myself off. It sounds so bad.
You sound like $1 million up here. That 7300 is very nice. I had him for maybe 6 or 7 weeks when I was waiting for a Flex, and I really enjoyed that. Like, somebody lent me, for the meantime, and I had a lot of fun with it, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard a bad one yet. When they came out several years ago, we thought about making the changeover, but when you get into to a certain brand or manufacturer, you've got a lot of cables to replace and your keying cables and so on and so forth, and we just kind of put it to the wayside. But I've also realized they've made a lot of advancements in receive technology over the years, and I can use as much help as I can get on the receive technology, and we thought this was a good rig to start with. Again, relatively easy price on the pocketbook compared to some rigs, and so we decided to try it out, and so far we've been real happy with it. It's definitely an easier radio to set up than what my Yaesu is, and I know there's lots of them out there. I have not heard a bad one yet, and so far we're real pleased. But I could be just as happy with your Flex as well, Roger.
Everybody has his own way, I had nothing bad to say about the 7300. I heard that they are coming with an update shortly, maybe end of the month. They're supposed to have it FT8 right inside the rig. You heard that, Randy?
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. I went over to their website the other day to see what updates there were, and the updates are available or already in this rig. I think the purchase or the manufacturer date on this was October, I believe, on this rig. I could be wrong. And there may be somebody out there who might know more about the FT8 than I do, of course. But that's what I've been told. And my understanding is that ICOM is they're pretty up to date on making sure firmwares and so forth are ready for rigs, and that's pretty nice that they're able to do that, so we can kind of stay on top of the game there, Roger.
Comment. Well, every update.
Yeah, 1 second, please.
The new rig, huh? That's about it, because today technology, that's the way they go. You don't need to change the radio, you just change the software. I like that, I like that. I guess it's easy on us, and it's easier for them, but I don't know how they're going to sell the rigs. But anyway, Randy, I'm going to call it quits. It's 5 o'clock at my time. I don't know what time you have. You may be 1 hour behind us. 1 hour behind us. Anyway, it was nice talking to you. And you look very, very good on the live stream. And it sounds good up here in Brentwood. 7-3, and good luck with your 7300, Randy. Go ahead.
Okay, Dan, appreciate it. Thanks for checking in with us, and thanks for checking us out on the stream. I was very hesitant about putting the camera on facing me, but we'll see how it goes. But we're hoping every day gets a little better. But feel free to come back in and check with us. We'd love to hear you back out there again, and you've got a great signal as well. 7-3s, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your day, Dan, and we'll catch you down the log. Victor Actor 2, Zulu Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear, 7-3s.
7-3, would be kicking back. Kilo Alpha, Kilo 0, Romeo Whiskey Bravo, Victor Echo 2, Zulu Charlie, 7-3.
Roger, 7-3s. The comment station, come back with your call, please.
Yeah, KD2 MTI.
KD2, standby 1.
2, Mike Golf Foxtrot. How come?
We had one on top of you. Try that again, please.
Yes, Whiskey 2, Mike Golf Foxtrot. Whiskey 2, Mike Golf Foxtrot. I got a quick comment for you about the IC7300. Do you copy?
Roger, let's make sure I got the call right. Whiskey 2, Mike Oscar Foxtrot?
It's Mike Golf Foxtrot, Mexico, Germany, Florida. Whiskey 2, Mexico, Germany, Florida. Yourself?
Yeah, my mistake, Mike. Apologize for that. The band is kind of noisy a little bit, so I do apologize. And I know there's others. I'll do the best I can. I'm going to get to all you guys. I promise. Mike, you had a comment? What can I do?
No, it's just regarding the firmware update for the IC7300. They're not going to release the new update until spring or summer of this year. They released the new firmware update for the 705, the QRP rig. But according to ICOM, they're saying they're not going to release the new firmware update until late spring, summer. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I hadn't heard that. When I looked the other day about maybe updating the firmware, the version of firmware for the 73 was 1.3, and that's what's in this rig now. So there's nothing that needs to be updated per se. But I had not heard that before, so I appreciate you giving that information, and hopefully there's some others out there that heard it as well.
Yeah, I actually contacted them. When did I contact them? Last Friday, and that's what they told me, because they're concentrating more on the 705, because they got to fix something, a little minor issue, so they're releasing that problem first to resolve one issue that radio has. So they decided to do everything. But the 7300, usually if you do FTA, the upgrade is going to be mainly for the FTA feature. Some proper settings and whatnot. So people are not really big into FTA. I wouldn't even do the update because I don't think, because the latest version fixed all the issues the 7300 had. But there's no more issues with it. They resolved all the issues.
Yeah, I get it now. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, what I've been told and what I've heard so far is ICOM is really on top of firmware updates and so forth. So that's really good to know that. And it's if they're able to make the corrections on that 705, I think that's good as well. I know there's a big following of that radio now since it came out, so I'm glad to see that they can get any issues corrected. This tells you a little bit about the company. That's a good thing to know. Hey, if you would for me real quick, just so I can play it back later, how do you pronounce the last name?
My last name is Francisco. Oh, they call me Frisco.
Okay, I didn't want to try it, Mike, first time and butcher it up real bad, so that's why I wanted to hear it from you. That way I can play it back later there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Can I just get your call sign one more time? And by the way, I'm running an IC 7300 myself, so I probably sound horrible because I'm actually using the remote. I got a remote station hooked up with the 7300. It's my rig, but I'm at the salt mine right now, so I'm using the remote side.
No, Mike, I don't think it sounds terribly bad at all. It's not bad. You could talk all day and probably be fine with it. The call here, Mike, is Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo, red, white, and blue.
Okay, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to write this down so I can log you in later. Can you give me the call one more time, sir? My apologies.
Yeah, no problem at all. I had the same problem earlier. It's Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo.
Okay, very good. We got you on the paper log for now, and then I'll put you towards that when I get off here, because I got to get back to the salt mine. All right, I just wanted to give you that info of what I heard from ICOM. So they're saying they're hoping to shoot it sooner, but it looks like maybe spring or summertime. All right, man. Nice to make the contact with you. It's probably a lot of stations calling you, but that radio sounds amazing. You got one thing correct, man. They all sound good.
Yeah, you bet, Mike. No problem. Hey, listen, if you want to later, we're doing live stream here on YouTube. So if you wanna hear the QSO between you and I, you can do the playback. You go to YouTube and just go to the search window and just type in my call and then look for today's video, and you can play it back, and then you'll get an idea how your remote station sounds. Roger.
Okay, what's the time frame? Do you know the time frame on it?
I'm showing my time 16:07.
16:07. I mean, in the minutes of the YouTube, 16 minutes then?
Yeah, that I wouldn't know. Let's see. We've been out here for about 2 hours, so I'd probably start around that 2-hour mark.
All right, we'll look for it. If not, I'll just listen throughout the whole stream. I get bored at night, so. All the best, my friend. Thank you for the contact. Yeah, your radio sounds amazing. It really does. I'm using just cheap headset microphone here from Panasonic connected to the laptop here. 73, all the best. Thank you for the contact, okay?
You bet, Mike. Take care. 73s, and thanks for the info. I'm sure others will we'll be glad that you put that out there as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. Whiskey 2, Mike, Golf, Foxtrot, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear, 7-3s.
Okay, thank you. Real quick, what's the signal report on my end?
You've been 5 and 7 and 5 and 9 the whole time.
Okay, cool. Thank you. 73.
Right.
Bye.
Roger, 7-3s. K0RWB, QRZ.
Whiskey 4, Echo Tango Bravo.
Whiskey 4 again?
Whiskey 4, Echo Tango Bravo, Randy. This is Ed in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Yeah, Ed. Oh, hey, how you doing, partner? We talked again yesterday. So what's going on today?
I don't know. I brought up your webpage. Where's that beach scene? It can't be Missouri. Am I right?
Come again?
On your webpage, you have a beach scene on your QSL card. A beach scene. It looks like the ocean, but where is that? Over?
Well, I'm cheating a little bit. That's actually Fort DeSoto, just south of St. Petersburg. Was down there 2 years ago, and I took my drone and did a couple of flyovers of the old fort, and that's when the tide was out, and so I shot that, and I figured that would be probably a better QSL card than anything in Missouri, don't you think?
I won't make a comment on that. I don't want to cut myself off. Very nice. You have a 15/9 signal, 15/9 signal into Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, Eastern North Carolina, and nice walking you again. Over.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you coming back today. You're either bored or you liked something yesterday. You want to come back today, but no, you sound just as good yesterday as you did yesterday. And it took me a second to register the call. Like I said, I am so rusty at this. It's been so long, and hopefully as the days go on, it'll get a little better and better. But yeah, I've got you pulled up here, so you'll see it on the stream when you play it back. But yeah, so your stuff hasn't changed. It sounds just as good today as it did yesterday. I hope we do as well, and that's what we're hoping for, Roger.
Roger, a comment on the 7300. It's a fantastic little radio. I have several of them, and I'm not on it right now. I use it mostly for digital. I'm on an FT5000 right now, but that's just set up for doing voice. You can't go bad with a 7300 and a hex beam. That's what I have also.
Yeah, I think it's been a good combination so far. Of course, the hex beam, I think, works really well with anything. I mean, it's certainly a great poor man's beam. At least it's been my understanding, and I know others that have gone that way as well. And I think anytime you can direct your signal, it certainly adds a little bit to your station, Roger.
I agree. I'm right now on a vertical, pushcraft vertical, but the delta loop is much better. I'm in direction.
Well, I don't know what happened, but you just dropped, the bottom just dropped out there. Hope the conditions didn't change on us that quick.
I'm not sure. I'm still copying you, though. Over.
Yeah, you came back up again, but boy, there at that last go-round, you tailed off, and you were right in the noise, but you came right back up again.
Just the luck of the Irish. Luck of the Irish. You got a beautiful signal, 15 over, crystal clear, and I think a lot of people have the 7300, but it's a great little radio. It's like a 706. Why they quit making them, I guess, it's like firearms selling to law enforcement. They make money by changing the caliber and changing the weapon. Over. Yeah,
I think so. Well, I don't really know the time frame when this first came out, but it's been so popular, and it has to be popular for a reason, and not just the price point. The price point is also very attractive, but there has to be a reason why. It's that good of a rig that everybody is wanting one. So yeah, I guess we're on the dark side now, and at this point we do enjoy it. It's worked for us real well. It's really easy to operate, and we've heard nothing but good things from you guys and from other stations. So we'll just keep using it.
Sounds good, Ray. You dropped down to about a 5.7 right now, but while I just walked in the door. And I need to communicate with her a little bit. Nice thought working you, and we'll do it again real soon. A lot of times I'm on FT8 also, FT8. I think that's very interesting. Low power, FT8, over.
Yeah, fine business. Yeah, I think the band's changing a little bit, Ed, so we'll cut it short for now, but thanks for coming back in with us, and we'll see if maybe there might be a few others on the East Coast before it starts to dry out on us. But thanks for stopping in. Nice to hear you again, and hope to hear you again soon. We're going to try to make this a daily routine, so to speak. About 2:30 Central Time is what I'm looking at, and we'll see how it plays out. But that's what our intentions are. I can't say yet about the weekends, but that's what we're looking at right now. So if you have a chance to come back in, I'd love a chance to talk with you again. Let me say 7-3s for now, Ed. And I'm glad we stopped by. Whiskey 4, Echo Tango Bravo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again.
Randy, for your information.
Kilo Delta 2, Mike Tango India.
Yeah, Mike India. Hang on, he's not finished.
And I'll say 73. Nice working you. Look forward. Next time, let's talk about the drone. I checked them out at one time. I thought it was very interesting. About $1,500, you could get a beautiful drone, but I just haven't done that. Over.
Yeah, no problem. Be happy to do that for you. We'll do it tomorrow. Let's try that. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll have a chance to talk about that for sure. Or if you want to do more in depth, my email's good in QRZ. Send me an email, and we'll exchange numbers. And I'll be happy to talk to you about it. I really enjoy the drone flying. So 7-3s, Ed. Take care.
4 on the speed now. About 4 in the SP. Bye bye.
All right, 7-3s. I think it was Tango India, the station with Tango India again.
Kilo Delta 2, Mike Tango India, Oswego, New York, over.
Yeah, fine business. Yeah, I apologize for that. Ed wasn't quite finished clearing there, and I know some people can't hear him and so forth, but thanks for standing by there. Yeah, I got you that time. Well, thanks for stopping by. The handle here is Randy. We're about 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. You come back and run again, and we'll give you a signal report.
Randy, thank you very much. My name is Harry, Hotel Alpha, Romeo, Yankee from Oswego, New York. Over right on Lake Ontario, by the way.
No, fine business. I thought maybe the band was starting to close, but apparently not up there. Very good signal. Don't take my words for it. Go to the live stream. You can watch it yourself on the playback. Yeah, that's one of the strongest signals I've had up there today. So, boy, something's working right for us here. Go ahead.
Randy, you had dropped out for a minute, and I thought the band was going to change. It wasn't going to come back, but it seems to have come back somewhat. May I have your call sign one more time, a bit slow, because I'm not that quick at it.
Yeah, no problem. Be happy to do so. The call is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, red, white, and blue. Roger.
Copy that. Kilo 0, red, Roger, Whiskey Bravo. Excuse me.
No, I'm the same way. I get so tongue-tied with my own call. You can imagine I'm trying to pick you guys out here on the pileup. I'm just too rusty at it. But no, Harry, no, it is moving around. I don't think the band was as good as it was yesterday, and I don't think it was as good a day before. But these are the conditions we work with, and as we can make contacts, we'll deal with the conditions there. Go ahead.
I just wanted to at least try one time to get through to you. So you're coming in a very strong 5.9, over.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, you're about the same way. So we're helping ourselves here, no doubt about it. It looks like you're kind of north and east of Syracuse, Roger.
That is further. We're right on Lake Ontario, over.
Oh, I bet you hate that in the wintertime. That wind comes off the lake. Might be a little chilly.
Yes, that's true. Supposed to be coming Friday. We got the polar vortex coming down our way.
Well, you know what they say, put another log on the fire and hunker down. And if you don't have to go out, I wouldn't. I'm the same way. We've got our nasty weather for the week here right now, and not a lot of snow, but enough to know it's there. But she's getting bone cold. But it's awful nice in the shack, Roger.
Hey, copy that. We've been very fortunate. We've had a very mild winter so far. We normally average about 150 to plus inches of snow a year, and today we may have maybe 12 if we're lucky, over.
Wow, well that's not bad. Well, we kind of look at it here, if we can get by through the first of the year, not having some terrible storms in the fall, so to speak, and the early winter, November, December. When January comes around, we've got roughly 62, 65 days to deal with, and then spring hits. So another day of crappy weather today is another day closer to springtime.
for me, and I wish you well. I wish you safe, and 73, my friend.
You bet, Harry. Same to you as well, and thanks for stopping by and checking in with us. We're going to be back out here again tomorrow as well. If you have a time, feel free to come back around, and we'll work again. I'll say 7-3s for now. Kilo Delta 2, Mike Tango India, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, Randy in Kansas City. We're clear, 7-3s.
Kilo Delta 1, Delta Mike.
Kilo Delta 1, Delta Mike. Is that Roger?
Yeah, it's affirmative there, Randy. You got Dave in Sheffield, Massachusetts, over.
Well, fine business. Boy, I guess the upper England area is still working pretty good. It just cleared with Syracuse, basically, and boy, you came right back in there as well. Well, thanks for stopping by. The handle here is Randy. You're just outside of Kansas City, Missouri there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I received it, Randy. You're bombing in here probably 5.9 plus 10 over.
Well, I'm glad to see that 95 watts is working, and I'd like to keep 5 in reserve.
Yeah, doing a good job. I'm running a 7300 into an Ameritron 811, running about 600 watts into a homebrew hex beam, over.
Oh, really? What? Is it a 20-meter hex, or you've got multiple bands on it?
Well, it started out as a 20-meter, and I only had the single wire on it, and I don't know, last fall I put the 17 on it, so it's 20 and 17 at the moment.
No, fine business. Yeah, we're running a hex here as well. You can see it in QRZ. I've got your page pulled up here, and yeah, I see the rig control software. That's what I'm using right now. On the trial, I haven't decided. I don't like it compared to what Yaesu did. Yaesu actually mimics the actual face of it. This is a little different, but it's something. And yeah, fine business on the homebrew. Well, that's working for sure. And yeah, we're on a new 7300 that we picked up on Friday. And they seem to be terrific radios. We've been happy with it. And yeah, I copied the amplifier as well. You got a great setup here on the shack. You're not lacking for equipment for sure, Roger.
Yeah, no, it works all well. Does everything I needed to do. Hey, listen, how do you like that Mercury, over?
You talking about on the boat?
No, the Mercury amp.
Oh, this is an ACOM.
Oh, you know what? I got somebody else pulled up here on QRZ. I don't know what that's all about, but.
Okay, well, I've got a Mercury on my bass boat, but hey, no problem, Dave. I've done it as well. No, we run an ACOM 1000 amplifier.
Yeah, well, that ought to do the job for sure. That's a heck of an amplifier. Can't really afford that right at the moment, over.
You know, I thought the same thing, but this one's 6 months old, used, and we were lucky enough that we were able to obtain it on the weekend where it came from HRO out of Plano, Texas. But that weekend they were offering free shipping and no sales tax. So that saved me about $600. So and we were more than happy to have it come to our location.
Yeah, I received. Yeah, that HRO. I guess they're a super customer service organization. They do very well with customer service, over.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I have another amplifier that I've had for probably 8 or 9 years as a Ten-Tech Hercules 2 solid state. Good amplifier, works as good as the day I bought it, but it's 500 to 550 on peaks. And I thought, well, if we could get just a little extra punch, we'd give it a go. And we actually looked at the ACOM 1010, which was about 700. And the store in Virginia, HRO in Virginia, had 2 of them, a new one and a used one. The used was about $100 difference, and so I called to kind of inquire on some information and then find out why the used one was only $100 less than a new one. And he really couldn't give me a very good answer. And I said, well, thank you for your time. He says, well, we do have a used ACOM 1000 at our Plano, Texas store. You might check with them. I said, okay, fine. So I called down there and talked with a retired Air Force gentleman like myself, and we just struck it up. and we made the deal. But I think they really are customer service first. It wasn't in the original packaging, but it was packed like it was, and it's a terrific job, and basically plug and play, so we have no complaints.
Yeah, they can't go wrong here. I bought this thing, this 811 used out of a guy from down on Long Island, and my down there, and I happened to be down there, so I gave him a jingle, and he said, yeah, he says, I moved up to a bigger amp. He wanted something a little bigger, and he said, I'll come on over, I'll show you how this thing works, and yeah, it did a great job, so I bought it on the spot, and never been sorry I did over.
Hey, Roger, is this the 811 or the H?
No, it's the H.
Yeah, fine business. I bought a 811 from HRO Phoenix in 2012, and it got here and unboxed it, put the tubes in, and I plugged it in, and it went poof. And I called HRO, and it was a used unit. It was not new. It was used. And they said, fine, ship it back. And they sent me a shipping label, and I shipped it back. And they had this 10-tech at the time. I'd watched it. It was on a consignment rig from a Silent Key. I watched it for about 8 or 9 months, and it was a little bit way pricey for me. In a local amateur store in the area, where they're listed on top of my YouTube page, they had an 811H on the used rack, and of course they go through all the equipment, so I wasn't worried about it. So I bought the H. And I used to be a 100 pounds kind of guy, so I'd forget the tune or change the band switch, and I kept blowing tubes, and I said I had to get rid of it. So I sold it, and then I ended up buying the 10-tech, so all I had to do was change the band switch. So I'm the kind of guy that the more buttons to push, turn, or pull, the more trouble I get in. K0RWB, back to you.
Yeah, I hear you there. And I've done the exact same thing with 811 and smoked a tube in it. It's got 811 tubes in it, and everybody says, well, you know, you ought to go to the 572s, but the power supply is not heavy enough to really get the most out of the 572s. But I guess the 572s do run cooler over.
Yeah, I heard that as well. One thing I was told on the H that I had, this is from the local store here, and I don't know, apparently you don't have any issues, but he says don't set it right next to the radio because there could be some heat and feedback. And I go, well, if everything is grounded. He goes, yeah, but you know, you could do that, but we just trying to recommend people, keep it, not directly next to the your rig, or put them together. And I'm like, I don't mean to disrespect when I say that. Apparently, you haven't had any problem, but so ever since that time, I've always kept stuff separated. This isn't quite as close, or about 4 or 5 inches apart, but I didn't know if you'd heard that or not. But apparently, you haven't had any problems.
Yeah, no, I haven't had any problems at all, but I got everything really well grounded. I got grounded braid that goes into, a central point, and then it goes right to an earth ground, a common earth ground that's on my metered inlet for the house, and yeah, it's grounded really well. I've never had any feedback issues. When I first started, the only problem I had was I had a dipole that was mounted on the roof of the house, and I got feedback with that, some RF on that, but I've never had any other problems here in the shack. So this thing here, this cabinet I got, I put those little mini ball rolls on the bottom of it, and I can just wheel it right out and work on anything in the backside of it I need to, and make it really easy to service. And it sits on a stone countertop, so it rolls really easy. And I don't know, I really like the setup. Works well over.
Yeah, well, fine business. Well, you're definitely crystal clear. And the signal has been bouncing 20 over, so it's definitely working for you. And that homebrew. Hey, congrats with that. That's pretty slick. I have 2 of these hex beams. I used one back in 2016 for that National Parks on the Air program, and I modified the base plate so I could actually fold it up like an umbrella, so I could take it on portable ops and so forth. And I took 6 and 10 out of it, and I kept the other 3 just for simplicity because I wasn't going to make any National Park contacts on 6 or 10 to speak of. and it was a little easier to operate. But it's definitely working for you today, and I'm glad to see the band is open a little bit. I would expect it to change here pretty soon. It's 4:30 my time, and it's just about when I start hearing the West Coast. So, and it's about time you guys fade out with Gray Line. But so far, you're holding up okay there, Roger.
Yeah, received. Yeah, it's definitely late for me. I'm usually long gone by this time, but seems to be holding up so far. This is Kilo Delta 1 Delta Delta Mike. That hex beam's worked out really well for me. I kind of enjoy building stuff myself and built everything and the whole deal out there all by myself. So I kind of like to do that stuff, and it was a lot of work. I mean, it'd been a lot easier just go out and buy a hex beam, but it worked out a lot and well, and I learned a lot, and I made the ballon myself. That's a 1-to-1 ballon I got up there that I hand wound out of magnet wire, heavy duty magnet wire. It'll go up to probably 1,200-1,300 watts easily on the ballon. So I'm pretty well set up. Over.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, I don't think I'd change a thing. Yeah, if you can build it yourself and know the insides of outs, I can't say that. I bought mine from Roger Rockwell down in Pensacola, Florida, NA4RR, and having had several conversations with him, and I decided to pull the trigger. And and you know this, you're operating it. Hex to hex always seems to be a little bit better signal than maybe some other antennas, but it is a poor man's beam, no doubt. And I think anytime you can direct your signal, it certainly adds something to your station for sure. So, Dave, let me see if we can get a few more contacts here. There might be a few people standing by, but appreciate you stopping in today and talking with us. And like I said, we're doing the live stream here on YouTube. So if you want to hear our QSO, you can also do a playback. All you do is go to the search window in YouTube and type in my call sign, and you'll see the video there, and then you can go ahead and replay, and you get a chance to inspect your own audio and to see how you sounded today. I think it sounds great, but I know some people are like, well, I want to tweak this and tweak that, so you really don't know until you're able to hear yourself on playback. So you get a chance to do that. Feel free to do that, and we're going to try to be back out of here again tomorrow. We're still having some fun with this, and people have asked us to come back, so we're going to try to do that. So we're going to try to start around 2:30 Central Time and go until we go. So 7-3s, and thanks for stopping by in with us. I'll let you finish it up on your go-round. So Kilo Delta 1, Delta Delta Mike, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I received there, Randy. Yeah, we'll say 73 to you. Best to you and your family. Stay safe. Stay away from that COVID thing there for sure. We're due for the vaccine here in Massachusetts very, very shortly. They're going to open it up to people 65 and over here in another week. So looking forward to getting that out of the way. And like I say, you're bombing in here at least 10 over, so you're doing it as well. But the last go around, you kind of faded off a little bit, and I suspect the band's we're kind of losing it. So we'll say 73, good QSO, and maybe we'll catch up with you tomorrow. This is Kilo Delta 1, Delta Delta Mike. We'll be clear.
You bet. 7-3. K0RWB. We're clear at QRZ.
Yeah, this is Kilowatt 2 Zulu India November.
Kilowatt 2 Zulu into November. Well, thank you, sir, for coming back to the call. The handler here is Randy, just outside of Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Randy. Pleasant good evening. K0RWB. Kilowatt 2 Zulu India November. Kingston, New York, first capital of the state, Randy. The handle here is Hank. The handle is Hank. Oh, what a beautiful signal you have. It's got to be 20 over 9. We're running about a kilowatt into a G5RVE/ZS6. But you've got a great signal. It's going to be chilly. It's going to get even colder, Randy. K0RWB, K2ZIN.
Okay, Hank. Well, Stowe, I appreciate the flowers, but give some back to you. You're 5'9 plus. I appreciate the signal report. It does sound well, and by golly, that G5RV is doing the business. Of course, it doesn't hurt to have some conditions, too. I thought they'd have been gone by now, but I've been wrong a lot, not right too often, so I'm not going to complain. The conditions are what they are, so, but we do appreciate it, and, yeah, it's nice to see the New York State is working. I did copy the Kingston. I've got the logger pulled up with the map there and got a good idea where you're at, and I did pull your page up as well. And if you would, give me the conditions on the rig, and if you're using the stock or you have a different microphone. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Randy. Yeah, it's it's one of the broadcast-type mics. And the rig is we got several rigs here, Randy. The rig that I'm using is a Yaesu FT99N0. And, of course, the antenna is the G5RV with the 450-ohm lead-in and wonderful stuff. And the linear is an Ameritron AL572, which we just got patched up. A friend of mine and I, we had a little problem with Arky on one of the plate tuning, and he came over and we took this massive nuts and bolts apart, and we got it all fixed up, and seems to be operating pretty well. We've also got a Swan 500. I've got that works very well. I've also got an old National NCX 1000. Yeah, there weren't too many of them made. I think it was probably one of the first kilowatt transceivers, and that works quite well. But I still stick with this one here. I kind of like it. The audio system is an EQ Plus by W2IHY. Actually, he's not that far from us, Randy. Across the river, the Hudson River, and in fact, he said, if you want, I'll come over and set it up for you. I said, well, I don't think so. I think we can manage that, but I appreciate it. W0RWB K2ZIN.
Yeah, fine business, Hank. Well, you've got some really great equipment there, and what you're using right now is terrific. Matter of fact, don't take my word for it. Go to YouTube and listen to our QSO on the stream, on the video, either live or later on. It'll be published up on YouTube, and you get a chance to hear it yourself. But I think it sounds terrific. And I've heard good and bad about the G5RV. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But yours is working today. You've been solid 5.9, and it's just nice and steady. Of course, the conditions help as well. But gosh, I wouldn't change a thing at this point, there, Roger.
Yeah, very good, and I do appreciate that too. Of course, we all appreciate anything positive in the ham radio realm. We retired, wife and I, about 3 years ago, and we have a business building here, which was currently, still is. Before we purchased it, it was a television station, Randy, and I got out of broadcast engineering back in 1994. I entered it in 1959, spent 35 years in it, building, all the wonderful studios and transmitting facilities. And then we started a video business. My son took over, and we now have a media center with about 38 companies leasing in there. It's cute, but it was time to get out. Yeah, over 80 years old now, and I figured I've been working 58 years. That was long enough. And but I enjoy it, and certainly enjoying the ham radio now. Yeah, earlier I was on the, right now we're on the G5, but I also have a 4-element beam on a 40-foot stick, and I also have a vertical, the high gain, the AG 628, I think that's what it is. That's what I usually use. It's about 10 feet from our 5.5 acre pond. But today it seemed like your signal is coming in a lot stronger with the G5. So there you go. Yeah, I guess sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And I guess that's the way it is with ham radio, Randy, QSL.
Yeah, I think you're right. You just never know. I think a lot of it's location or how it's set up. It can make a difference. Apologize, I got something in my throat there. But, yeah, I'm not surprised. But, your signal has come up a little bit, so it's definitely come around. I'm dumbfounded this time of day. Usually East Coast for me is shut down, and West Coast starts to pick up a little bit. But I'm not pointed at the West Coast right now, so I don't know if anything's out there or not. But one thing I did want to do, I just got on the live chat Kilo Charlie 2 Foxtrot Zulu Golf. Tony, he's checking us out here on YouTube. Wanted to say hi to him, and I know he was watching. It's kind of funny. The pileups are just kind of crazy, and people have been hitting me on chat, and I'm able to find the call signs. So we've been going that way as well, Hank. So we're trying to hit them all here the best we can. I know we left a lot of them hanging yesterday, but we just ran out of time. Roger.
Yeah, very good. You know, Randy, I'll let you go. In fact, oh boy, it's almost 20 to 6. Wow. Here anyway, in Kingston, New York, the first capital of the state. I don't know why I even mention that. Half the people in Kingston probably don't even know that, or care for that matter. Well, listen, I'm going to let you run because you're probably going to burn the estimators out from quite a few other people no matter where in the world that you're transmitting. So let me pass along my very best 7-3s to you. Be well. That's oh boy, that's the main thing today. Be well. And we'll certainly, hopefully, hook you up and hook on to you again in the very near future. So K0RWB, this is K2ZIN, Kingston, New York, signing over often and clear and letting you get out there, throw the switch, and work a heck of a lot more stations, Randy. 73s, and have yourself a beautiful day.
Okay, Hank, thanks for stopping by. And good signal as well. Congratulations. Send you the flowers. I'll just hand them back to you. I appreciate what you said, but I'll give them back to you as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to get ourselves a bite here in a little bit and see if we can recover. We've been talking now for a couple of hours, but gosh, you just hate to leave. So I'll say 7-3s. Kilo 2 Zulu November, India November. My apologies. K0RWB, Randy, Kansas City will be clear. 7-3s.
7-3s, Randy.
Okay. Hey, Tony, if you're still out there, Kilo Charlie 2, Foxtrot Zulu Golf. Tony, are you there?
Yeah, Randy, I got you. I've been holding off, waiting for an opening. Like I was saying, the band's up and down. Just want to let you know, you're 5'9". It's New Jersey, and you're a little raspy there on the audio, but you're sounding pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably me. I've been so used over the years with my other rig to basically swallow the microphone that I have to get used to staying away from this one. I'm hoping that's what it is, so I'll move myself away there. And I appreciate the patience. I saw it on the live chat, and I'm trying to get back to it, and then a couple others. I'm not good at multitasking. I'm trying, but it's I think at my age I'm getting past that. But I'm really surprised the band is still open for me. Because it looks like, is it Brick Township area thereabouts what's showing me on the map? Is that a Roger?
Yeah, Roger that. Right on, we're about 2 miles inland from the ocean. And like I was saying, the band is still on the slip. I mean, you're normally at 5'9", and then you drop down to under the noise level. I mean, it gets a little rough sometimes, but you're doing quite well.
Yeah, it's probably that time. It just jumps around. And I really can't help any. I've got your page pulled up here, and so you were a right seater, or does that make you an instructor, or is that how the picture was taken?
No, I am a right seater. I'll claim I don't fly. As you see my page there, I've been in aviation for 40 years or so as a inspector and mechanic. But I volunteer with the Sheriff's Department, and I'm a commander when we fly these patrols.
Oh, well, fine business. Okay. Well, I assume you have your license as well then, Roger?
Roger that. But, yeah, it's fun. What are you going to do? Hey, I'm not going to hold it up. You got probably more people out there, and it's nice to be able to talk to you and look at you at the same time. And I just want to thank you for your service. I see how many years you put in. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate that, and you have as well, especially if you're doing stuff for the Sheriff's Department. I mean, we all serve in some capacity or another, no matter what it is. So we should all thank each other. That's just the way it goes. But at the time, I didn't have anything else to do, and I didn't think it would last that long. It just kind of worked out that way, or what have you. But at some point, they say you're institutionalized. And I said, no, it's really not that bad. But we've been out now since 17, and we haven't really looked back. There are days we're kind of like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool, but if the phone rang and said come back, I'd be back there in a heartbeat. Even if I am 60 years old, I'll figure out a way somehow doing it. But you know, I was telling some folks yesterday, you know, with these pileups, I'm trying to work in the best I can, and some have been hitting me on the live chat, and so I've been able to grab them. So what you did seemed to work. I wish I could have got there to you a little sooner, but I appreciate the patience and glad you got a chance to get in today, Roger.
Hey, roger that, Randy. Roger that. All right, I'm going to sign it up, and I'm going to say 73s, and I'll keep my ear open for you again. And you dipped out there a few times where I lost you. But, what's going on here with my tuner? All right, 73s, and we'll catch you another time.
Okay, 73s, and thanks for checking out the stream, and thanks for the chat there, so we're able to grab you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to try to be back out here again tomorrow. If you do the little notification bell, you'll get a notification when I go live again, and we'll try to talk a little bit more next time around. Thanks again. Kilo Charlie 2, Foxtrot Zulu Golf, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll be clear 73s.
73.
It's K0RWB. Is there any other stations out there? K0RZ?
What?
K0RWB, K0RZ. Well, I see on the live stream there was Dan in Ohio, November 8, Whiskey Juliet Zebra, Zulu. Dan, are you still out there? Are you able to copy? No, nothing heard. K0RWB, K0RZ.
Whiskey 1, Quebec Mike uniform.
Yeah, I got you that time. Sorry about that. Whiskey 1, is it Quebec Mike uniform?
Yes, that's correct. I'm here in New Hampshire. This is my third contact of all time, and it's nice to be hearing you.
Okay, fine business. If I type it in the logger right, is this Martin?
Correct.
Well, fine business. Well, thanks for stopping by there, Martin. Yeah, the handle here is Randy, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. We're also running a live stream on YouTube right now, so you get a chance later. You can actually hear the QSO between you and I, Roger.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll be anxious to see that, see how I sound, et cetera, et cetera. Like I say, this is a brand new radio, brand new setup, brand new ham. Actually, I've had my license for a few years, but didn't do anything with it until recently.
Well, fine business. Well, welcome aboard. I think you know you're kind of coming in about the right time when the sun cycle 25 is. We hope things are going to get better and better. But I'm glad to hear you out there now. And tell me a little bit about your equipment. What are you running today?
Well, it took me a while to get an antenna up. It's just a 20-meter dipole, and but I rewarded myself with a pretty nice radio. It's an ICOM 7610. I bought a used tower with a hex beam. It's probably very similar to yours, but I haven't put it up yet. The ground is all frozen, and I'm gonna have to wait till spring to do that. Over.
Yeah, I certainly understand that. I think I did. Well, our winters are probably a little different. I think I got mine in January of 2012, and we had a break between really bad weather and it's just cold weather. And I was able to put mine together on the back of my patio. I had a little 4-foot pipe, stuck it down in the center of my patio table, which has a hole in it for when you have your umbrella in the summertime. And I strung all mine up and had a radio out there and some coax, and I fired it up 4 foot off the ground, and my first contact was United Kingdom. So I know they work, Roger.
Yeah, very good. Size will look a little. You were giving me 5.9. You faded a little bit there for the last half of that, but I can still hear you fine. One thing I did want to say, I did see your pictures on QRZ, and thank you for serving. Over.
Well, I appreciate that, Martin. Yeah, it's starting to take a dive. I think it's that time of day, but it is what it is. But I know I do appreciate that. And like I said, if you have a chance, go to YouTube and type in my call sign into the search bar, and you can do the playback here, and you can listen to the QSO. and see how you sound. But we'd like to welcome aboard. I think you're going to really enjoy amateur radio, and when you get your hex beam together, you're definitely going to be loud and proud. You've got a great radio. You got a great foundation to start with. Congratulations, and you're really going to have fun with it as it goes on there, Roger. Okay, Martin. Yeah, I think it took a dive. Take care, my friend. Whiskey 1, Quebec, Mike Uniform, K0RWB. We're clear 7-3s.
K0RWB, WB1 Japan.
Whiskey Bravo 1 Japan. Good afternoon. This is K0RW, Randy in Kansas City. How are you, sir?
Okay, good afternoon to you. The name here is Rich, R-I-C-H. And we are remoting. The station is in Farmington, Connecticut. And we are 1,300 miles south of that in sunny South Florida. Go ahead.
Oh, come on now, Rich. That's cheating. Well, I have a feeling you'll probably have better weather right there than you are up in up in Connecticut, Roger.
Oh yeah, we got a snowstorm, a small one, a couple of inches the other day, and I think they're expecting one of a little greater magnitude coming up. So certainly beats what's going on up there by about 50 or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Now remoting with Flex equipment, the 6600M and the Power Genius amplifier. And the 5-element monobander, and I've got a tower cranked down to 40 feet just to protect it against the winter environments that are always around us up there in Connecticut. So that's the scoop from this end. It's my first winter of 13 winters down here. This is the first winter we decided to just absolutely go for it. But my COVID project over the summer was basically changing equipment and getting this to percolate remotely. Go ahead.
Yeah, fine business, Rich. We certainly did copy that. The band is starting to fall out on us here, but we're able to copy that. And yeah, I could see why you'd want to be down a little bit south of the radio QTH, so to speak, and understand why you'd have the tower cranked down as well, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, boy, did you take the dip, Randy. Holy cow. I think I'm in general in your direction in Tennessee, but you're noticing this afternoon. The bottom falls out with a lot of QSOs, Randy. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rich, I'm not sure how much longer we'll be able to keep this. It's really starting to fade. I'm not surprised the time of day, but yeah, I did copy that. And like I said, we're live streaming on YouTube. You want to check it out later on our QSO, just put in my call sign in the search bar, and you could do the playback. Roger?
The noise level right now, I'm afraid we're going to have to continue another time.
Yeah, I think we're about done, Rich, here on the East Coast anyhow. So 7-3, thanks for coming in there, and feel free to stop back in again anytime. We'll have a chance to talk again if the conditions get better. 7-3s, Whiskey Bravo 1 Juliet, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. We'll clear 7-3s.
Sorry about that, 73.
And K0RWB, see if we have any West Coast stations in the 7 or 6 call areas. CQ20, CQ20 meters, CQ20. CQ 20 meters, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ. CQ20, CQ20 meters, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ West Coast, CQ West Coast. K0RWB, standing by for call. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ West Coast, CQ West Coast. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ, CQ for 6 and 7 call areas. CQ20, 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 CQ20 meters, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling West Coast US, West Coast US, CQ20, CQ20 meters, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, calling CQ and standing by. Nothing heard. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, clear in QRT.